Hey, it's Dibs from Streamerology coming at you with another news video. This time we're going to be discussing about Mass Effect 5 and Bioware. There have been rumors going on for a while now since November 2019 talking about Mass Effect 5, talking about it being in the lineup for Bioware to create a new Mass Effect title. At the current moment in time, we don't have anything that's like super confirming this, but I could possibly see it. It's not that hard to imagine. Mass Effect is an amazing series. It's an amazing franchise and it's extraordinarily successful. So what's happening right now is people are saying that it is in the lineup for Bioware EA, and they will be making a Mass Effect 5. Here's the deal though, here's the problem with that. Currently Bioware is working on Dragon Age. They have the new Dragon Age coming out, and on top of that they also have to fix Anthem. They're doing a remake of Anthem that is in the project line. That will take years of development time. And so we're not going to, I wouldn't expect to see a Mass Effect 5 game for years. I would say more towards the middle or end of the next generation of consoles. Because we're not going to be seeing it anytime soon. It'll be towards the end of their lifespan for those consoles. And it's mainly because they're working on those two other project titles. We don't particularly know what else they have lined up either. They might have another IP that's lined up that might push Mass Effect 5 back even further that they haven't really announced yet. We have to wait and see what's going on with that. I can say that if they don't succeed with Dragon Age, and if they don't succeed with like an Anthem remake, that might make a lot of trouble for Mass Effect 5. That might not be a thing, especially if EA decides to cut Bioware for its past failures. We did see a lot of turmoil and trouble with the Andromeda series. And Anthem, whether you love Anthem or, you hate it, whatever it is, the problem being is they do not see that game as successful. Ratings, critic reviews, everything in between, they don't see Anthem as a successful title, and they shouldn't. It's not getting that many plays. It's not even relevant anymore in the current time frame. Me myself, I enjoyed the gameplay, but I was extraordinarily disappointed at the overall product, the overall storyline, the mechanics of the game, the bugs. And just the lack of content. There's so much in Anthem that had potential that was just lost. And if you're interested in that, there's a full article done by Jason Schreier, who actually did some really hardcore journalist work. And he went in there and found out what happened with Anthem, why the project was the way it was, why it failed. And so at the current moment in time, what we're looking for is any news, I suppose, about Mass Effect 5. I don't think they want to announce anything too soon or too early, though, just because they're a bit wary with Bioware. I think Bioware might be on the chopping block if they're not successful with the next Dragon Age or this Anthem remake. If we don't see those two things connect, if we don't see those two things happen, there might not be a Mass Effect 5. Not unless EA, if they own the rights to the game, they might have it go to another studio, who knows. But currently Mass Effect 5 is in the air, it's out there. People are excited. There is buzz about it. There's a little bit of electricity in the air. I am a huge Mass Effect fan. I love the series. That was one of the first games I played on, I think it was Xbox 360? Bioware in general, I'm a huge fan of back in the day. Like, the first game I played was Knights of the Old Republic. And since then, I've been a Mass Effect, or not Mass Effect, I've been a Bioware fan, nerd, boy, whatever you want to call me. I've loved Bioware ever since that day. So it breaks my heart to see that they're in such trouble. It seems like they're in dire straits, if we're being perfectly honest. I think if the next Dragon Age doesn't... I hate to say it, but if the next Dragon Age doesn't hit the mark, I don't know if they'll even get a chance to do the Anthem remake. I hope so. I want to see what they can do with Anthem. I want to see what they can do with the world, and I want to see what it's supposed to look like. I want to see it given true creative direction to make it something unique and yet familiar, to give a new aspect, and just to be fun. It'd be fun to have like another looter shooter with that like Iron Man suit flying around freely. That was amazing gameplay, but it was just so damn boring in between. Plus the loading screens, the actual infrastructure of the game itself. So we just cross our fingers, have good thoughts, send positive vibes to Bioware. Make a damn good game, Bioware. Make Dragon Age amazing. Make it fantastic. Make it the next home run. And then hopefully you can do something similar with Anthem, and then I expect a fantastic and amazing Mass Effect 5. I do want it to be in the Andromeda Galaxy, though. I am curious to follow up about that story. I was majorly upset when I did not get my Quarian Arc DLC. They're like, oh, you can read it in a book. I don't want to read it in a damn book. I want to play it on my game, on my console, right now. It's America. Let me play it right now. I want to play it. I want to experience it from that level of entertainment that only video games can give. And with that being said, the major thing that bothered me the most about Mass Effect Andromeda was just the lack of support for it. They came out with EA and Bioware, and they're like, yo, we're going to support this game. We're going to keep going at it. We're going to keep giving it updates. We're going to make it nice. We're going to make it good for you guys. And they just eventually, that happened for maybe, I don't know, like 7 or 8 months, and then they cut it loose. And then all of a sudden, there's no DLC. There's nothing to add on to the universe. There's nothing to add on as DLC. And traditionally, you look at all the other Mass Effect games, they all had DLC. Even from the very first original Mass Effect, it had DLC. In each of them, added a certain aspect. They added new weapons, they added new characters, they added lore, they added excitement to the universe. They added, like, if you played Mass Effect once, you played it twice, 3 or 4 times. There is no just playing Mass Effect once, because it's such an extensive game and it has so many options in the world that you can do it multiple times, over and over. But when you got those DLCs and you started a new playthrough, they just seamlessly added into the game itself, which was amazing. It was great. It was extra hours worth of content. Like, I don't know, like 8, 10, 12 hours worth of content. And that's what upset me the most about Andromeda, was I didn't get to experience the same thing I did with the previous Mass Effect games with that additional content. That's what broke my heart with the Quarian DLC. I was so excited. They dropped spoilers, or not spoilers, they dropped little tidbits like, yo, here we got recordings from the Quarians. They're sending out beacons and stuff. Like, I gotta go pick up the Quarians right now. Let's go. Come on. Let's go get those Quarians. We gotta go right now. No. You can read it in a book. No, well, I'll tell you what, I didn't buy the book, and I sure as hell didn't read it. So if you all want to make a Quarian Arc DLC, I will purchase it immediately because I want to experience that. Other than that, I just wanted to give a tidbit about the Mass Effect 5 news. I know there's a lot of buzz about it right now. There's people talking about it. It could be a possibility. It could be a potentiality. We have to hope that Bioware plays their cards right. I hope that they make an amazing game with Dragon Age, and then hope that they do Anthem right when they do the remake of it. So until then, we're just crossing our fingers, sending them good vibes. Alright, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, you can catch us live at Streamerology every Monday, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on any of the major platforms, YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. And you can also catch our podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple iTunes, anywhere that you listen to major podcasts. And lastly, if you want to watch me live, I am live every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Tuesday and Friday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Saturdays from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day, and happy streaming.